Yeah, it is. I mean, for a lot of the songs I've been waiting since I was 16, you know, or 15 even to put them out. So it's like it's been a long time waiting, and I'm super excited to get it out.
Yeah.
And to work on something else as well.
Yeah.
You know, not have to
Yeah.
keep going back on myself on, you know, different artwork things and different whatevers that go into the release of this album. So I'm kind of just kind of getting out of that, which is nice, and just being like, finally, here you go. I can leave it with you now.
But you're still only 17, is that right?
18.
Oh, you're 18 now. Okay, so yes, it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
So tell me about the album title. Can you just tell me about that and where it comes from?
Yeah. So, what do you think about the car? Is essentially, it comes from a home video from when I was about 4 years old, and my sister's filming me from our car, the car that we just got, and it goes, "Deg, what do you think about the car? Do you like it?" And my response, for some reason, was, "I think it's really good, and now I'm going to sing my new album now."
Yeah.
And it was kind of an inside joke with my family, I guess, to some extent. So after a long while thinking about what my album should be titled, I feel like that kind of felt like a no-brainer for me.
And that's what you said when you were 4, is that right?
4 years old, yeah. I think in the video I start singing like a Busted song or something like that.
Yeah. So you're just a natural performer, it seems.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What I was reading in the press release about the song "Humongous" and that you kind of started singing that using your sister's guitar. Is that right? Yeah. So
yeah. Normally I don't have any of my guitars at home, so I always think like I can't be asked to carry it to the van, like carry it through London on the tube. So I just leave my guitars with like all of my stuff, but then I don't have guitars at home.
Yeah.
So I normally use like my sister's guitar to write songs.
Okay. It's quite a song, that one, and I think you're particularly happy with it. Because you think it's the sort of maybe a sort of an indicator of where you're going to go in the future.
Yeah, I think I've just learned a lot about what I like about my own songs and what I like to do with it, and I think in Humongous I kind of a little bit more actively than I have before, like, exercised what I actually want from my own music. It's not to say it's, you know, leagues above anything I've ever done before. I think I just understand what I want to do now.
Yeah. Well, it's quite an epic song, isn't it? And the video is pretty darn epic as well. What is it about?
I think the name Humongous came from kind of joking about, like, all the time seeing sort of sensationalized comments about myself, like Declan McKenna's on the cusp of something massive, something like really, really big. And sort of just seeing, a lot of stuff written about yourself. Like, I think that's what a lot of the song is about, but it revolves around like the last couple of years, and I guess understanding yourself in a different way to how a lot of people may see you via whatever form of media they see you online.
What do you do on an album release day? What's happening?
Apparently, what you do is you go to the ASOS headquarters and do a photo shoot for a few hours.
Yeah.
And then you go to Kingston to do a signing and an in-store gig. Apparently, that's about it.
Yeah. Is that Banquet? Is it a place called Banquet?
Banquet. We're doing like signing at Banquet, and then we're doing a gig at the Hippodrome.
Right. Okay.
So more people could come to it.
And that's for people who've bought the album or something like that.
Yeah. So something like that.
Excellent. So that'd be quite it's quite a big venue, isn't it? I've not been there before.
Yeah, it is. It's like a 500 cap. I doubt we'll have as many people in here, seeing as it's only been on sale as a gig for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
But it should be good fun.
Okay, brilliant. Well, first of all, I was curious about the way that kind of things happen for you so quickly. And I know that you entered the Glastonbury Festival Emerging Talent Competition, and you won that. And as well as getting some money, which was obviously quite nice, you got a slot on the festival's Williams Green stage. Was that?
Yes.
Yeah. So what were you doing before then? What was the? Do you remember what exactly you were aiming for or doing before you entered that competition?
Honestly, not much. I was in school and I wasn't really expecting anything to come of it, anything massive at all, really. But I was just kind of chancing everything I could, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
Just so happened that I would get picked up for Glastonbury, really, which is not what I'd expected to happen, but lo and behold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very weird time in my life where I was kind of going through the motions with school and the music industry at the same time. And yeah, sort of everything kicked off from there.
Do you remember the competition itself? Does it take place in Glastonbury itself, like another venue in Glastonbury?
It's in Pilton in the Working Men's Club.
Yeah.
And Michael, so it's very small room. And
Michael Eavis is one of the judges, is that right?
Yeah, he actually, the first I ever saw of Michael Eavis was after my set. He jumped up on stage. I would not have recognised his face at the time. And he jumped up on stage after my set and said "Oh, well done," and just kind of shook my hand for a while.
Yeah.
And I think said some stuff to me that I can't really recall what it was. But yeah, I didn't actually know who he was. I just thought it was some random dude.
Yeah, some random dude just going. Yeah.
Turns out it was Michael Eavis.
Yeah, brilliant. Have you met him since then? Have you spoken to him since then?
Yeah, not all that much.
No.
Not all that much. I've seen him around.
Yeah.
He was obviously with Jess at the Pyramid at Glastonbury this year. But yeah, not a massive man. He's a very busy man, is our Michael.
Yeah, he is extremely busy. So playing at Glastonbury, I take it you'd never been before at the festival itself.
Yeah.
And was that your very first festival experience?
It wasn't my first festival. I'd done a couple.
Yeah.
I played at a couple local things, but also been to Hop Farm with my family when I was pretty young.
Right.
But yeah, my first Glastonbury still.
Okay. And did you play this year?
Yeah, I played the last 3 years.
What stage were you on this year?
It was John Peel.
The John Peel stage.
And we also did a set on the left field stage as well.
Oh,
slightly smaller one.
Yeah.
But yeah, both awesome shows.
Yeah, left field stage is it's kind of not that well known really, but it's always got some great stuff on there.
Yeah, really cool.
That's the more sort of kind of political sort of stage of the festival, isn't it? They have a lot of speakers and
yeah, lots going on. Met
yeah.
Billy Bragg and
yeah.
stuff. Really nice dude.
So with regards to some of the content of the album, obviously you're getting known for somebody who's got opinions about things, in a good way, like the Brazil song,
yeah,
which you wrote when you were very young, 15 or 16, and
yeah,
15. It was all about FIFA and criticising FIFA, awarding the World Cup to Brazil, and despite the big problems in Brazil, the poverty, the social and political problems in that country, is it just something that you just keep abreast of? You just like to keep abreast of what's going on. You got a natural interest in the news and worldwide affairs.
Yeah, I think for a long time I've just written about whatever I've kind of thought of. I've had anything to say on, really. It's not everything that happens in the world I'm sort of constantly observing, but I think there's a lot to pick from and a lot to think about and actually be able to create something from. And I think, just a lot of, I don't know, it's so happened that a lot of these big worldwide topics have come into the tracks on my first album, in a weird way.
Okay, and have you got a load of new songs that you're just itching to get out there at some point, or at least to perform live?
Yeah, I've got quite a few ideas for what I'm going to do next, to be honest.
Yeah. Can you talk about any of them?
They're just songs, really.
Yeah, just songs.
I don't know, got a couple chords and a few lyrics.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Anything that's really getting your goat at the moment? Anything that you're really interested in?
I don't know. I kind of want to make a concept album of some sort. I feel like I didn't really have any time to think about anything like that going into this first one. So
yeah,
I'd like to, spend a little bit more time with some pretentious details.
A concept album. Brilliant. So can I also just ask you about your education? Because obviously, I think you were doing A-levels. You were doing things like doing philosophy, and what else were you doing?
I was doing philosophy, sociology, and English.
Right. And how far down the road did you get?
About 3 months.
So when are you going to... is that in the back of your mind?
Honestly, I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah,
you're
not bothered about education. Yeah. So maybe in the future.
I might be bothered at some point, but I just think at the minute, if I'm enjoying myself and doing as well as I could imagine I could from what I enjoyed doing, I don't really have an intention to do anything else.
Yeah, and it was an easy decision to make for you.
Yeah, I think it was kind of around time, sort of went in knowing that there was going to be like an American tour like early last year.
Yeah.
And this would have been October, around the time I was touring with Blossoms in October the year before last. I was sort of like, I'm going to have to either stay in school and not go on a US tour, or go on a US tour and not stay in school. And that was kind of the point where I was just like, I might as well just give it a rest and enjoy myself.
Okay. Well, hopefully you are enjoying yourself. Any other gigs this weekend?
Yeah, well, we're doing just a bunch of in-stores, around the UK. And we got Why Not Festival coming up, and then we go in to America at the start of next week.
Have you been there before, America?
Yeah. As I said last year, and a couple of times.
Right, yeah.
And we're doing Lollapalooza and then a bunch of just tour shows around the East Coast. Should be really, really cool.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thanks very much for taking the time again, and
no problem.
And I hope it goes well tonight, and look forward to seeing you somewhere down the South Coast whenever you're next coming neck of the woods. Yeah,
hopefully very soon.
Okay, brilliant, Declan. Thank you. Really well done, and good luck, and speak to you soon, hopefully.
Thank you very much.